Imagine being buried alive, not in a coffin, but under tons of wet concrete and heavy stones. Japan is known for its beautiful architecture. But many of these landmarks hide a dark secret. A secret literally built into their foundations. In 1983, at Uraso Castle in Okinawa, archaeologists found the skeleton of a 20-year-old woman. She wasn't lying flat. She was forced into a crouching position, placed exactly where the castle wall needed divine protection. According to the Nihon Shoki, the oldest official history of Japan, 2 men were chosen to be sacrificed to the river god. One man wept and accepted his fate. The other used his wits to try and escape, but the record showed the practice had already begun. This wasn't an isolated incident. From Fukushima to Shirmaine, ancient castles across Japan have unearthed bones with ritualistic markings. Coins placed on skulls, bodies standing upright. These are the hallmarks of a ritual to stabilize the earth. The horror became so widespread that even the ancient emperors had to step in. Emperor Suimine reportedly banned the practice of burying servants alive, ordering clay figures, hanawa, to be used instead. But ask yourself, if clay was enough, why do we still find bones and structures built 1,000 years later? The reason is as brutal as it is simple. People realized that clay dolls were not enough to satisfy the gods. No matter how masterfully crafted, a hanawa was just cold earth. In the face of nature's absolute fury, a substitute offered no comfort. They believed only a living soul, a real sacrifice, could provide the foundation for a structure to stand for eternity. And so, they returned to the forbidden path. This lingering distrust in substitutes hasn't vanished. Even in modern Japan, 1,500 years later, every construction project begins with a ritual called jikinsai to appease the spirits of the land. But what happens when modern engineering fails? When unexplainable, fatal accidents occur one after another, costing millions of dollars? Do you really think modern developers would rely on just a prayer? This is where we enter the shadows of the Japanese construction industry and the whispers of a secret protocol that has never been officially recorded. It started at a tunnel construction site deep in the mountains. State-of-the-art machinery failed for no reason, and 3 veteran workers lost their lives. Geologists found nothing wrong. And yet, every time they dug deeper, an unexplainable, reddish-black water began to flood the site. Facing massive losses and delays, the site manager received a single blue envelope from the headquarters. Inside was a special procedure that would never appear on any official blueprint. The protocol didn't call for a traditional sacrifice. In the modern world, that's too risky. Instead, they practiced the erasure of existence. People with no family, those whose records had been deleted, individuals who did not exist in society were secretly sent to the site. Hired as special cleaners, they are placed at the very front lines of the most dangerous concrete pours. Then, disguised as a tragic accident, they vanish into thousands of tons of wet sludge, becoming part of the very structure itself. After that, the construction proceeded with eerie smoothness. Today, thousands of cars drive through that tunnel every day. But reports persist of people who, after stopping their cars, hear a low, heavy breathing echoing through the concrete walls. The police never investigate. How could they? There is no record of those people ever being there in the first place. What's truly terrifying is that this might not just be the crime of a single corporation. For the sake of economic growth, infrastructure, and the greater good, what if society as a whole is unconsciously looking the other way, accepting these small sacrifices? Every day, we cross bridges safely, use electricity, and turn on our faucets. Behind that comfort, someone may have become the foundation. To investigate this truth would be to deny our own way of life. That is why the police, the government, and even we ourselves never look too deep. Now, remember the woman from Uraso Castle we mentioned at the start? A single jade bead, a magatama, was found beside her. Modern research suggests this wasn't just jewelry, but held a specific, darker purpose. It was a ritual tool used to bind her soul to that location forever, preventing it from ever escaping. And disturbingly, even today, irregular fragments are sometimes found in the concrete of difficult construction sites, fragments that look nothing like modern building materials, but identical to the stones used in ancient rituals. Japan's infrastructure is beautiful and strong, a masterpiece of world-class engineering. But deep inside that concrete, tangled within the steel rebar, what if someone's despair is sealed away forever? Next time you walk through a tunnel, or park your car in a deserted basement, listen closely. If you hear a low, heavy sigh echoing behind the hum of the fans, you might not be as alone as you think.